Hey guys, it's Kayleigh. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a review and first impressions of the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This goes for $14 and you can get it at Ulta. It's formulated with collagen, peptides, and niacinamide. It claims to have a very full coverage while still giving a natural looking complexion. So I'd like to see how that's gonna look. I'm also really interested in the formula, if it's going to end up looking dry or cakey throughout the day because it is so full coverage. And lastly, I want to see how long it's gonna last throughout the day. If you guys want more videos like this, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more like this, and let's go ahead and get started. By the way, I'm sorry, side note here, just because I feel like someone's gonna notice, my nails are completely gone now. They're super short. I worked so hard to grow them out over the past few months, but then I just recently applied to nursing school like a few days ago, and the stress and anxiety of all of it and the anticipation of just like waiting to hear back from all of these colleges has just drove me insane. So we're starting back from ground zero, unfortunately. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer from Seattle, London. This is definitely one of my favorites. And I honestly wouldn't say that it really acts like a primer. It kind of more like feels like a very lightweight jelly moisturizer. So that's what I've been using before foundation these days. For one side of my face, I am going to try the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, but I also am curious to see how a beauty blender would work. So this is from their Chipotle collection from e.l.f. And I want to try this. It's so cute, like a little avocado. I love it. You have to just kind of like really lightly pump it out, because if you do a full pump, that is just an extreme amount. For me personally, I would never use a full pump like that on my face, since I can tell just by swatching it earlier that it is insanely full coverage. So honestly, the texture of it kind of reminds me of the IT Cosmetics concealer. Yeah, the Bye Bye Under Eye. This is the exact same. Like, to me, just feeling it on the swatching. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna do my mirror. I'm gonna try and spread it out first. And I really don't typically use a brush for foundation. I just feel like your fingers help it to warm and better to the skin, and a blending sponge helps it to sink better into the skin as well. Brushes just kind of pulls up my dryness, so I'm not really a fan of the brush, but it said that the best way to use it is with this brush online, so that's why I decided to try it. Use my finger to apply it on this side, like that. I can already tell that this side looks way more flawless. I don't see any dryness. Coverage is beautiful. This side is like perfect to me right now. So this is definitely the way to go if you have similar skin type to me. You guys notice a difference? Like, look how much more glowy this side is than this. It's a little drier, I think. A little more pory, you know, kind of grainy over here. But this is just like smooth and beautiful. The combination I've been loving lately for concealer is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 10. Here we go. As soon as a dog barks in the hallway, Coda has to bark back. Every time. Next, I'm going to use some bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula All-Star. It's my favorite little palette right here. Honestly, I use every single shade in here, which is crazy. The cheekbones, get a little warmth going. Then I take these two shades and mix them together. This one is called the Happy Booster Glow and Mood Boosting Blush. So as you guys know, once it like hits your skin, it kind of like the color develops. So I mix that with the Rose All Day Petal Glow. Really, like, if you guys don't have this palette, you need it. My go-to. I'm going to use the Lasting Fix from Maybelline. This is my favorite powder to kind of set the concealer in place under the eyes. and around the nose as well. Gonna take away the bake and just lightly brush it off. So this is how the makeup looks once everything has been blended. I would say that the best application was definitely with the blending sponge with it wet and the water squeezed out, and the warmth of your finger to first apply onto your skin. And that is because the formula itself is just so thick. It's almost like a concealer type consistency. I do still feel like I have a nice, like, natural looking glow to my skin. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, doesn't feel heavy right now, and it doesn't look heavy. So crossing my fingers that this looks good by the end of the day. So it's been exactly 5 hours now. It is 12:30 and I have noticed a few things. One is that I'm definitely a lot more glowy and dewy than I was earlier. I can see my pores a little bit more, just right here in this area where the oil is trying to break through. A tiny bit on my chin, just a little bit, like, what's the word? Textured. My forehead doesn't look bad. I think it's wearing really well, honestly. I'm really liking it so far. I am just being, like, really nitpicky and noticing little things so I can tell you guys. And I'm not gonna touch it up just because I do kind of like the glowiness and I want to see how oily it gets by the end of the day. I was curious to see how it looked on camera, so I did take a photo and I noticed that it looks really good, but the color, the specific color, is a little bit yellow for me. Yeah, when I back up you can see I'm yellow, but, like, I have some pinkiness in me, and I feel like this is just leaning a little bit too yellow, especially when I'm taking photos. Okay, so it has now been 4 more hours, a total of 9 hours, which is usually how long I do wear makeup for if I am wearing makeup. I just did 30 minutes on the elliptical. Honestly, I think it is staying intact, like around my drier areas. Where I'm noticing that it is kind of breaking apart is just the tip of my nose here, and that's because I was wearing a mask. So obviously I think if I wasn't wearing a mask that would not be an issue. But I do see some texture here. It got a little bit worse over the last 4 hours. Now my forehead's starting to get a little bit more textured as well, just kind of like little dry spots here and there. I think overall for a $14 CC cream, and 9 hours of wear, including me working out, this definitely held up pretty well. The shade range is very limited, and this one in particular looked a little yellow on me. I loved the application of it with the blending sponge and with my fingers. I thought it looked so beautiful, especially when I very first applied it, because of all the pros of it being affordable, of it color correcting so well and being really full coverage, for it to not feel heavy or cakey on my skin. There's so many pros to this CC cream, so I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. So that's it for my review. Can't think of anything else to say. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments and I'll make sure to answer you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below to my channel for more like this. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and also if you liked this CC cream or not. I'm curious to know. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!